It is finally October, everyone, which means it is finally time to talk about horror characters in Mortal Kombat 1. Now, this also comes from a tweet from Ed Boon, just with the thinking emoji, with the dragon emoji, which he uses to symbolize Mortal Kombat a lot, with a picture of multiple horror movie characters, the biggest of the biggest icons when it comes to horror movies. Now, it is missing a few, obviously, and I'll get to that here in a second, but I thought I would break down my wish list for horror movie characters that I think should be on the main roster of Mortal Kombat 1. I'll make a separate video for cameo fighters, such as characters like Chucky, or maybe some characters that are dolls that wouldn't work very well as a main roster fighter. But in today's video, we'll be talking about the horror characters that I would like to see on the main roster of Mortal Kombat 1. If you guys are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Did you guys know that over 90% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel? That's a little crazy to me. We are almost to 9,000 subscribers though, so if you want to help me reach that massive goal, go ahead, check out the channel. If you like it, hit that subscribe button. With that being said, let's get into this video. So like I said, Ed Boon tweeted this picture, and 3 of these pics are on my list, first of which would be Ghostface. This is one of the most requested characters I've seen, at least on my channel, for Mortal Kombat. Ghostface is apparently bigger than Michael Myers when I look at my comments. It is very surprising to me how many people want Ghostface as a main roster fighter. Like I said in a previous video, I think Ghostface would work really well in Mortal Kombat, but I don't know if he could be a full character. I mean, they made Jason a full character though, so I think that NetherRealm has that on lockdown, but if they wanted to just make him a Smoke Premier skin, I would be happy with that as well. Moving on to our boy Michael Myers. Dude, I love Michael Myers. I saw Halloween 2018 like 8-9 times when I worked at the local movie theater. I was a bit overhyped for the movie, if I'm being honest. But I would love to see Michael Myers as a main roster. I would like him, personally, I would like him a little bit more than Ghostface, but that's just my personal bias. I think he does suffer from the same problem as Ghostface, where, you know, the creativity of his kills in the movies isn't, you know, out there like some other characters like Freddy, but I think, you know, like I said, NetherRealm could make something up. They know what they're doing. They're the professionals. But Michael Myers, awesome character. I'd love to see my boy in Mortal Kombat. I think that they could really work it in there. Again, one of the most popular characters to be requested for Mortal Kombat, and I think, you know, this tweet from Ed Boon gives us a little bit of insight on what may be happening behind the scenes. The next character from this tweet that is also on my list is our boy Pinhead, the leader of the Cenobites. Dude, I would love to see Pinhead in Mortal Kombat. I think he would have the best, you know, abilities out of the 3 in this picture, besides Chucky and well, technically that's not Jigsaw, it's Billy from Jigsaw, but you know, I think the moves for Pinhead would be insane. Using the chains, using all of these different torture methods that he could use. I think that there's a lot of potential there for Mortal Kombat to do some really creative stuff that they can't do with a lot of other characters, not even Mortal Kombat characters. And I think, you know, Hellraiser is due for a really good adaptation again, in my opinion, whether they want to make a sequel or another reboot. They did have that Hulu one, but I didn't watch it yet. I hear it's good, but I just haven't watched it. I like the old ones more. But there's a lot of lore in the Cenobites and the Hellraiser movies, and I really think that if they wanted to explore some of that in Mortal Kombat through his moveset and through his X-Ray, maybe his X-Ray or a fatality could include other Cenobites that come in and help with the, you know, attack. I think that there's a lot that they could do, and it'd be really sad to not see Pinhead in Mortal Kombat, at least in one of the games. I mean, if it's not Mortal Kombat 1, maybe the next one. But I think, you know, with it being October, I hope we get an announcement soon. Moving on to characters that are not in this tweeted picture, obviously Pennywise is another one of the big horror movie icons. I mean, it broke box office records when the movie was in theaters. And I think, you know, as much as I hate clowns, you guys know I hate clowns. And as much as I hate them, I do think that there is a ton of cool abilities that they could give Pennywise in Mortal Kombat for his moveset, whether it's shape-shifting into, you know, a werewolf and attacking, or shape-shifting into that giant spider crab that he can turn into. Maybe for like a fatality, he can turn into that and stab them, or, you know, maybe he does a fatality that's different for each character in what he changes into, and he changes into what they fear. But, you know, maybe the moves are the same. Like maybe Shang Tsung is afraid of himself, and so he turns into Shang Tsung and then kills him in like a simplistic way that they could do any sort of humanoid figured 3D model. Maybe, you know, if he attacks, you know, Liu Kang, maybe he's afraid of like Kronika or an elder god that we've never seen or something. I think that there's a lot of, you know, potential for his movesets and stuff that we have not seen in Mortal Kombat before. Same with, you know, Hellraiser. Another character, or I guess a group of characters that I think are very overlooked when it comes to horror movies, are the classics. I mean, I think it would be really cool if we got to see a character like Wolfman, Dracula, or Frankenstein's monster. Honestly, any of them I'd be down for. I would love to see a modern adaptation in Mortal Kombat on just how brutal these types of characters can be. Leave it to Mortal Kombat to show you how brutal a vampire can be. I mean, look at Nitara. They could do something similar to that with Dracula. I think the voice lines would be kind of clever too between him and Dracula. I think that there's, you know, some cool stuff they could do there. But when it comes to things like Frankenstein's monster, I mean, this is a big brooding character. Maybe they could give him a weapon or something like a hammer, or give him electrical powers or something to beef up these characters, bring them to a Mortal Kombat, you know, stage, and just really show off what these classic iconic horror movies characters can do. And I think, you know, personally, I think the one I would like to see the most is probably Wolfman, and just make him a werewolf that shapeshifts similarly to Reptile. But I think my closest second would be Dracula. Lastly, I think this is maybe the most requested outside of Ghostface, but this is also not a horror movie villain. This is a horror movie hero, and of course I'm talking about Ash Williams. This is a character that everyone has asked for time and time again when it comes to Mortal Kombat, and there's been legality issues. They've tried to get the character in the past. They've done video games with Ash Williams. It's just, there's so much going on with this character. There's so much that's happened in the past. It's got to happen at some point, and when it does, it's going to be an awesome moment for Mortal Kombat fans. Like I said, there's so much that they could do with a lot of these characters. When it comes to Ash, I mean, using the shotgun, there's not a lot of characters that use shotguns in Mortal Kombat. I mean, right off the top of my head, the only one I can really think of is maybe Jax and Aaron Black. Those are like the two that I can think of. Maybe a couple of others in the past, but I don't remember them. So using a shotgun in Mortal Kombat, very rare for a character to use. And using a chainsaw, also very rare for a Mortal Kombat character to use. So I think this character could really work moveset wise, plus, you know, the voice lines would be amazing. The interactions with Johnny Cage would be awesome. The way he talks smack with all of the characters, I would love to see it. Getting our boy Bruce Campbell to voice the character as well, I don't think that they'd have too big of an issue with that. I don't know if it's Bruce Campbell who doesn't specifically want to be in Mortal Kombat, or if there's other issues behind the scenes, but as far as I know, he would probably be open to it. I mean, he does cameos for a lot of other things, so I think, you know, the chances for Ash have always been on the table, but there's always just been something in the way. But with that being said, I want to know what you guys think about this list, and I want to know what characters you want to see in Mortal Kombat 1's DLC. I want to know what horror characters you want to see more specifically, because I will be possibly making another video talking about your guys' requests for horror characters in Mortal Kombat. With it being October, I will be doing that Legends of Fear video soon. I've been editing very hard on it. I'm working like so much on this video, trying to make it the best I can. I'm learning how to freaking 3D model just so I can visualize what gameplay would look like for the game. So with that being said, if you guys want to see that video and other videos like it, make sure to hop over to the channel. If you guys like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Other than that, have fun, be respectful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.